Hello everyone, this is Tim with Paintball Tek. Got a quick rebuild video for you guys today. This is an Empire regulator. It's one of the ones that comes on either the Resurrection or the Sniper. We're going to be dismantling it, showing which order the parts go in, and then replacing all the seals on it. Most of the time from the factory, these regulators have some subpart seals and O-rings in them, so I recommend replacing these seals directly when you get them and solve any future issues that might pop up. So, to begin with, the easiest thing to do usually is unscrew this cap. It does have wrench flats on it, here and here, so you can use a adjustable wrench to loosen it up off the bottom if needed. This collar slides off. Inside the collar, you will find two O-rings. One on the top, one on the bottom. Set those aside. And then obviously your macroline fitting is already attached. On the bottom of the regulator, it does have a C-clip inside. So to remove that, you need a set of C-clip pliers. Little bugger went flying. It's not really necessary to put that C-clip back in. What it does do is prevent this screw from coming all the way out when you're adjusting it, but you should really never have to move it that much. So the screw on the bottom is your adjustment screw for your pressure. It uses a 1/4 inch Allen key. So you're going to want to unscrew that all the way out. And then inside you will have your brass piston with your reg seat and spring. Now this is the factory Empire piston, and this is the factory Empire reg seat, which is a very soft, I believe, polyurethane. So you're going to want to take this O-ring off here, which is a size 11, and then remove this reg seat here. Sometimes it can be kind of difficult to get out. If you have a nice sturdy pick like this, you can dig it out from the center or along the edge. The one thing you want to be careful of is underneath that reg seat is a small silver piston and spring that sit inside this reg seat housing. Those are to prevent vapor lock inside the regulator, so you want to keep those in there. And you have your small spring here. Now from there, to get the other pieces inside here out, you're going to want to have to take the top off. Now if you can't get this off easily by hand, there are special tools like these pliers, which a couple people make. I believe Ryan Stanchfield makes these. These I got from him actually. These grip onto ASA threads. It's a vice grip, so you can loosen rigs up like this real easy. Otherwise, another easy way to do it is to grip this section in a vise with 2 pieces of wood or rubber or something along those lines, so you're not going to scratch it and damage it. You have your top cap here, which has your 015 on the top and another 018 on the bottom here that seals against the housing. And then inside here is your main piston and Belvilles. Whack it on the table a couple times, it usually comes out real easy. Now, these Belleville washers do go in a certain order when they come out. You'll see that they are stacked back to back to back to back. So when you pull them off, Make sure you note the order in which they go to put them back together. Pull off your reg piston O-ring. This is a 113. Piston goes there. And then from the bottom of the reg again, you can turn it over and you'll get out the little top hat, which goes there. And then there should also be a number 8 O-ring that you'll have to fish out sometimes. Right there. So that's the order in which the reg is assembled. Like that. Now we're basically just going to start replacing all the seals top to bottom. So put your new 113 on the piston. Here. I'm going to put new 18s in the bottom. They just fit inside the little grooves in the swivel. These ones don't want to cooperate. There's one. This one fell outside. There you go. So it's being more trouble than it's worth. There. There's two. Now, for this piece, you can get the replacement pucks like this, which is a higher quality polyurethane. It's much stiffer and lasts much longer. You can get these from Paintball Gateway as the puck itself, or you can buy the entire assembly like this, where it's already pressed in. This is the older style WGP one. It is a direct drop-in replacement part. I usually like to replace the pucks just because I have them. So basically just press this new puck into the housing. Then put a new 011 or number 11 O-ring on the outside, like that. Okay. We're going to put a new 18 on the reg top. A new 015. I like to use 90s, they're a little bit stiffer, but you can use 70 durometer if you like on there. That's basically all the seals except for the 008, which goes in before everything else. So we'll set all these old seals aside. And start reassembly. And you're going to want to grease or oil this reg. I like using a light silicone grease. Dow 33 will work as well. So, coat this piston O-ring. Put a little oil on it as well. Keep it moist and lubey. Then you're going to put your Belleville stack back on. If you didn't keep these all in order, it should be 8 of these washers total. You start with one facing downward and then alternate all the way up the stack until all of them are on, like that. Okay. And we're going to put in the number 8, which just drops in, and you use a pick or something similar to kind of seat it in the little groove in the bottom there. Put a little oil on it. Got this handy dandy dripper bottle, which works really well. Then there is this brass top hat. This goes on one way, okay? So in the housing, the flat side of the top hat goes down so that the brass top of the top hat is sticking upwards. Easy way to do this, use a punch or rod or an Allen key or something like that, stick your top hat on, and then just let it slide down to the bottom of the housing so you know that it's in there the correct orientation. And on top of that, you have the spring, which just drops in. Then your reg seat housing, a little bit of grease, a little bit of oil on the O-rings. This just drops back in. Then your adjustment screw, 1/4 inch drive. Push down till it's snug. Then you can basically put a little bit of grease on a finger, rub it inside this housing to get these O-rings moistened. Swivel goes back on like this. Cap goes on the bottom. So that part is set from here down. Then I like to put a little bit of oil on the inside of the reg body. Make sure that piston has a nice smooth surface to glide on. And then again, an Allen key, a punch, something like that. It's easiest. Put your piston on like this, and then drop your housing over the top of it. That way it goes down smooth. Those Belleville washers don't go out of whack, out of place. And then a little bit of oil on this sealing O-ring here on the top of the housing. Screws all back together like that. Use a towel, wipe off any excess grease or oil. And your reg is ready to use again. You're going to want to check your pressure output on this reg before you put it back on your gun, if possible. A reg tester is easy to make. All you basically need is an ASA with a gauge. Usually something 0 to 600 or 0 to 1000. And you want to start this reg because this one adjusts opposite of some of the other ones. So turn the screw all the way in and it should zero the reg completely out. And then to increase your pressure, you're going to want to unscrew this slowly with air hooked up to it so you can watch your gauge move. Normal autocockers run between 250 to 300 psi. So I usually start rigs at 300 psi and adjust from there. So thank you very much. Have a good day.